1.
Go.
Sending data. It's got to turn green.
The intro's going. This is our intro.
No, we're waiting for. Okay, now we're streaming
You
officially
guys are
on.
watching live over there. You hear this
Live from Chicago's hottest event center, where the punches hit harder, the adrenaline surges. This is where legends are born and rivalries ignite. Whatever blows your hair back, studio.
Oh, yeah! And roasted.
should be a 30-second clip.
Well, it was not. The guy went down, I guess. But
No.
It's done?
Yeah, it's done.
All right, so what do you guys think about that? We had to share with the audience. Who thinks about that fight if it was just overhit and it just didn't work out? Because Patty the Batty,
Great name, by the way.
It's not that good. Well, the rumor.
You don't think he's that good?
Nah, I didn't really think so, and I bet against him, and I lost. This Green, their odds were the same to win. It was like a tie on DraftKings betting. So, anyways,
Who'd you bet
lost.
on? You bet on Green?
Yeah, I bet on Green because, dude, Patty the Batty's always, like, looking overweight and he's just talking shit, and he's not really fighting that big of guys.
Probably
And
eating a lot
then
of
he just
sandwiches.
came through and he put the whooping on. So I lost off that. So, yeah, that's what I got to say about that. What do you got to say? What are you eating over there, Luke? What do you got?
I got a Cuban sandwich right here, B.
Where from?
And, like, what?
And it's from El Cubanito, one of the best Cuban sandwiches in all Chicago.
Maybe those guys can bring up.
Go.
Do right promotion for him, Luke.
Waiting on a
Slob
couple
over
Cuban
there.
sandwiches for this podcast taste test at whatever blows your hair back studio.
right here.
We'll see you there. Tune in live, streaming on all platforms.
Right in here in Humboldt Park. We're located in Humboldt Park, and this is where the Cubans are.
Yeah.
So if you don't like a Cuban
Cubans and
sandwich,
Puerto Ricans. Aquí.
Cuban sandwich is getting with the mutt dirt.
I ran to get this baby on my bare feet, 50 miles uphill both ways there and back, and I got this sandwich for us to try.
Pretty good.
It's pretty darn delicious.
Right here in Humboldt Park, Luke.
Yeah, on Pulaski.
Good people over there.
Yeah, you can go in there, have a restaurant or a window. You can just go right up to and order it right out the window.
Ooh, convenient.
Luke ran there.
Do you know
just
how long
because
they've
he
been
was
around?
waiting to go on the podcast, and Luke literally ran 4 miles just to get the sandwich and come back.
That's how good these sandwiches are, y'all.
4 miles Luke ran to get the sandwich.
They're worth
ran with
running
the
for.
sandwiches in his hand back.
To be fair, it's 2 each way, and I ran back with the sandwiches like it was a football. It actually kind of looked more like a couple kilos of, kind of Colombian candy. But they were wrapped up in a sack, and I was running down the street,
A white
shirtless.
guy running shirtless through Humboldt Park with a white sack.
And then I came here, and here we are podcasting and enjoying the fruits of my labor.
All right.
Do you know how
Smells
long they've
good.
been around?
No, I don't.
It's pretty good. I'm going to finish mine later.
Long enough to figure out how to put together a good sandwich.
Yeah.
Amen to that.
So what do you guys rate the sandwiches then?
Oh, here we go.
Man, that was like a 6.
6?
Yeah.
You guys were just hyping it up. You're gonna rate it a 6?
This guy gave This guy gave Papa John's pizza a 10 out of 10.
a 10.
Hold on. Let me
John's
say that
telling you
again
to
one more
rate a
time.
sandwich a 6?
Hold on. My girl said she stopped watching as soon as she heard Tyler give Papa John's a 10 out of 10.
It was pretty extreme.
She said she lost all respect.
I had like a moment where I was like really feeling that pizza though.
We were hungry as heck. We just got done boxing, so
Yeah.
anything would have tasted
It
good.
really tasted
I understand.
that
I mean, Papa, it was good, but you gave it a 10.
A 10.
And you know what?
And I asked. I gave him a chance too.
I know, and
Yeah.
I'm a solid man. I knew
Yeah.
I said it right away, and I had to stick
But
with
he
it.
just stuck to
And
his
so-
guns like a good old Marine.
So
Kept fighting.
Yeah.
So I tried to not be that guy today, and I just like I'm going with a 6. I don't want to.
6 on the sandwich from El Cubanito. Well,
I
El
can't be giving
Cubanito.
out 10s like
What
that.
are
You
you
never
thinking,
come back from
Luke?
that.
I mean, I'm honestly gonna give it a 6.8. It's cold though.
That's not even
now.
that far off from
No.
Yeah.
Tyler.
It wasn't that bad of a rating.
It's
I
like
just
solid. It's like solid.
good.
But yeah, this is this is the food here in Humboldt Park. The Cubanos, the Cubans.
So you're saying it's really only decent for when you're hungry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat it later. I'm gonna eat it after the show. But we're gonna get back to entertaining the people.
Let's do it!
All right. So let's go right back into fight recap then. What did you guys watch over the weekend? There was a lot of fights over the
I
weekend.
watched the MMA fights. Luke watched boxing.
as per tradition, like we always do. I actually watched the boxing. I didn't try to stream it live and get kicked off of all the platforms that we usually use
Dude, I
for
got
our
kicked
Should we
off.
podcast.
talk about that first?
Yeah, what
I
happened?
always like to stream the MMA fights, and Dana White's hate people like do it, and I like Dana White, but I do what he hates still. And I'm finally kicked off from TikTok, and they banned me.
Finally, again, you mean?
So it's a full ban?
Just for a week.
Oh, okay.
No, it's a timeout.
It's a timeout.
Well, they already
body
gave me
corner.
so many, on their behalf, they gave me like 50 warnings, I think.
That's
And
a
just
lot.
Like the asshole I am, I just will keep going after it until they ban me. I'm used to getting kicked out of places until I break the rules until they kick me out.
Shout out to all our TikTok followers.
So yeah, that happened with the MMA fight. Dana White was not happy with the MMA fights. He was actually disappointed.
Yeah.
He's taking away all the bonuses, and there were some really boring fights in the card, and there was just some fighters floating around with the matchmakers didn't even like. So the fights, even for betting, was hard. All the bets were no one knew much about the fighter, so the bets were all plus 130, minus 130. So it was really hard to even bet on them. No one really knew them. The card didn't work out. The bonuses didn't really work out. It wasn't one of their best shows. That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah.
Contrary to what we saw over in Detroit, Michigan, live from the Little Caesars Arena, we had the GWOAT, the greatest woman of all time, self-proclaimed, Clarissa T-Rex Shields. Come on, former Olympic champ, and she went in there and she did what she was supposed to do. She had moved up weight
makes
classes
her
to
miss, and then
heavyweight.
boom.
Started
Look at
kids started at
the outside.
156,
Boom.
heavyweight
Look at
for
the
women
jab.
only 175. Fun fact, so it's not that.
Knockdown one.
It's
Here we
not
go.
like
Knockdown
200
two.
where the men are. But she went in
Overhand
there and she
right.
cleaned up on
Boom.
the broad.
Yow!
Second round, she freaking was laying heavy smoke. Put her, bobbing
Gold
weaving on
status.
the ropes, comes up with like a 6 or 7 piece, and then finally at the second stoppage when she was giving her overhand right. Shout out Ben Rodriguez, the ref from Illinois USA Boxing. That's at Golden Gloves with the he's short, tan.
Yeah.
He was the ref for the fight.
Good for him. Yeah.
Shout out Ben
Detroit's-
Rodriguez.
Detroit's close to here.
Yeah.
It's only 4 hours.
So the same refs that are doing our local bouts at like the Golden Gloves, at the fights we did here, the same crew was running the fight for the Clarissa Shields event over the weekend.
Oh, the same rep. What fight did you go to over the weekend?
Oh, I also went to the fights at City Hall.
City Hall.
Shout out River West Boxing. Shout out Rick from River West and that great event he put on at City Hall. They even opened that shit stuff up with a hip hop show. They had a couple rappers come out, give a little performance.
Chicago guys?
Russ Boxing.
Yeah.
They're doing so
Yeah,
they're getting good at their
Chicago
show. He's
rappers.
getting good at his shows. He's getting comfortable. He's got
Oh
a
yeah,
crew.
Rick was over there doing it. He had some fighters. Fighters went out there, did their thing. He was
He's
having
what
a
we
good
got to
time.
get on the podcast. Actually, Rick from River West Boxing.
Rick,
would be,
if you're watching, we need you on
this
here,
is
brother.
Rick's clip. This is Rick's
Rick,
clip.
we're looking for you.
We're looking for Rick. We want
We
tell
want
us
to come
how-
and commend you for the great job you're doing, and tell
Why
us
don't
a
he
little
just
bit
do?
more
You know,
about
why
what
don't
you're
he just do the show promotions and have an event here, and he can help with all that because he's already got the network and he can just do a show here.
Whoa, Tyler, are you offering River West Boxing an opportunity to do a show?
Yes,
here?
I am offering River West Boxing to do a show here. It can be their
Oh.
show here, and we will work a sweet venue, which leads into.
Do we want to collab on October 19th for the Fall Brawl?
I think
Fall
he's already
Brawl?
got his hands
Ah,
filled with other
okay.
fights.
Okay.
It's not enough lead time for him. But
right.
this is our lead time for after our Fall Brawl, which is in 3 months, which is our next fight coming up. in
October
fall.
19th.
October 19th. Another fight night here. Get your table requests in.
pending.
We take care of you here.
The follow-up to the America fights that were just here on July 20th, one of the epic events of the summer. We're going to be bringing it back. Can't wait. We're going to have some of the same fighters, and we're going to have some new guys. We're going to see some
We're going to have some of the
knockout.
same fighters. We're definitely, if they haven't gone pro. And then some fighters, not so much. But it's going to be exciting. We're going to, it's coming soon.
I'm looking
So
forward to
please,
more
fighters,
interviews.
reach out to us, DM us. If
Not
you
fighters,
guys,
they're coaches. I will not
Coach.
be talking to fighters this time. Actually, no. I will be hiring a matchmaker.
So
coaches, reach out to
talk
us.
about
Let us know
that.
if you got fighters.
I will be hiring a matchmaker. I've talked to a few matchmakers. They say, I do this for a living. And I'm like, I will hire you to do this for a living. It is a hard job. It is continuous. It's all day. So, like, those guys are just putting together fights all the time, and they got some on deck. So I will be using those, and I think I'll save money doing it because I spent a lot of time and money organizing that.
He did a great job. We commend you for that great work you did, sir.
It was tough. Now from Chicago Fabrications, we need to bring in, this is why one of our commercial spots. Until another business steps up and does a promo with our podcast, we will continue to talk about Chicago Fabrications.
They fabricated this table. They fabricated that table. This ring.
I mean,
a table, there's like a gallon of leftover epoxy.
Right.
So I made like this is like the dumpster of like old epoxy. Like just dump it in the scrap table, and this is the table. That's why it's blue and
Beautiful. It's
black
beautiful.
and seasoned.
Yeah.
So this was the scrap table.
So it's like a mutt table.
Yeah. It's like a mud of all the colors. But anyways, we make sweet tables at Chicago Fabrications, and this is one of them. Do you got a commercial you could play for
I
our
ran it.
people? Oh, you already ran it?
Oh, yeah.
My guys. All right, so you guys see it. Make sure to hit us up. Let us know what's up. This brings us in not a boxing type, but we want to connect with some of the topics that our audience is probably interacting with as well.
Now, do you have one you want to go into?
Well, I want to talk about the hottest topics to chat about.
I want to tell you, what do you think the hottest topics to chat about right now is, Ty?
I always think sports is a fun one to talk about.
I think we're on the same page right now. Where are we heading with that?
Well, I don't know, Luke. Where are we heading with
Well, the
it?
one that everyone that I know has been talking about, and I think has people up in arms that it's a sports event, a current event, is the Olympic opening ceremony
yeah, my bad.
and the depiction of Christ at the Last Supper with done in drag queens.
And they're singing it in like French. And like, did you see the French copy?
No, I
The,
didn't see
the
French
fat
copy.
blue dude talking like a Smurf dude, like a
Really?
gay little Smurf dude.
What was the? I don't understand. I don't understand.
I was like, man, this is pretty terrible. I can't believe they actually thought this was a good idea. And you know, I'm not even trying to jump on the ship of hating. It's just that terrible. You got to send like no.
What were
one's
they
had-
trying to say?
Oh, I don't know. You're gonna have to ask them, Luke.
Who's them? Who are you? I'm coming
The
to ask.
blue Smurf dude on the table, the huge obese girl with black hair that was sitting there like with the sun and God behind her neck. Like, what was up with the obesity of that? Was that kind of?
I mean, was that symbolizing
Obesity?
America?
I think a lot of it was symbolizing America with that and Christ and. But here's the thing: is
I mean, I
it
had
was
the
in
moment
France.
today earlier where I noticed I was at a healthy eating spot. BB Bop, shout out BB Bop. You guys make great healthy stuff.
Who?
And everyone there was
BB Bop. Who?
Yeah, it's BB Bop.
Well, tell the people so they can at least look. it
BB
up.
Bop. Everybody knows. If you don't know about BB Bop, you need to get it to BB Bop and get some of them a BB Bop bowl, and it's fire. You get the purple rice, you get the lettuce, you
Or
get all the
type in
fixings.
www.bbbb bop.
BIBI Bop.
Okay.
BB Bop.
Now the people know.
Now you know. BB Bop is very brightly colored, beautiful Korean cuisine bowl thing, and it's fire. Anyway, despite being a very healthy nutritionist, every person there was fat.
Man,
And I looked around, and I never had this epiphany before, and every single person I've seen was
Dude, I had that
fat.
same epiphany.
Was obese.
I was at the new gym I was at in Equinox. I'm looking around at all these young girls, and they're all overweight, man. They're pretty girls. They're just carrying. It's not the freshman 15. It's like the freshman 30.
Ah!
Yeah, it's kind of.
Hey,
a
yo,
bummer.
shout out freshman 30s if you need a trainer. LMH Fitness can help you for all your
there's
weight loss.
that.
Yeah, get out of the
It
gym,
was
get an
all an ad.
LMH.
It's
Hey.
the LMH Fitness,
was-
man. Luke is one of the best trainers in Chicago. No one's in better shape. The man runs a 4 mile just to get a sandwich for the show. This man
Yeah,
will
case in
take care of
point.
you.
We'll have to run another 4 to burn that
But we
baby
don't want
off.
to beat the whole Olympic thing up. That was an easy one
Yeah,
to
but
tackle.
also one more thing I want to say about the Olympics is I am loving Snoop Dogg's
Oh,
commentary.
Snoop Dogg's
Yeah,
hard
that was
on us.
sick. That was fun.
Also, how does Snoop Dogg become a mainstream broadcaster given his background, gang affiliations, heavy affiliation with smoking weed, and also was tried for murder?
It's a good brand.
World icon.
I mean, he was putting his like humble face on blast.
Everybody
Yeah.
loves Snoop. No one
I
hates
love Snoop
Yeah.
myself, but it's crazy. He deserves
That's
it.
why, but that's why he's on there.
Yeah.
No one's, and if they're hating,
I
they're
think
just
even
jealous.
my mom likes Snoop. Shout out my mom. Shout out Snoop.
Everyone likes Snoop. He actually tries to help out all the time.
Yeah.
He just gets thrown in the package. You're like, he got mixed up with the NFT scandals and escaped out of that one with no
What
bandage.
happened there?
Well, no
I
one
remember
knows
the
because
NFTs where people were buying.
him and Gary Vee was locked
Faces.
up in a
It
deal.
was a
with the
Facebook Marketplace stuff, or a Facebook virtual reality BS.
NFTs, have they gotten to shit? Is it done?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think so.
I think people
NFTs was
realize.
I think that was a
laundering.
COVID thing.
So
Yeah.
there's people who are out tens, hundreds of thousands.
Yeah, oh,
of
for
dollars.
sure.
Because they
Dude,
bought
it was a money
pictures.
laundering
They're
platform.
sitting there with this thing that's worth nothing that they
Yeah.
paid.
I do
Yeah,
a whole
for these
podcast-
And a
ones
lot
and
of them weren't
zeros.
even physically anything.
Right. There's just ones and zeros.
Oh,
It's just
that's right.
digital.
That's right. It's not
Digital
even, you don't even
NFTs.
get anything.
Yes.
You look at it on your goddamn computer
Right.
screen. I forgot. That's the worst part.
And it would matter if like anyone cared, But no one.
No.
Can I swear?
Yeah, so we will.
No,
I
we're
can,
trying not to swear.
Okay.
I can go deep into NFTs and how it's a money laundering platform, but we're not. I don't want to get mixed
No,
up.
sorry,
I just wanted to say that Snoop Dogg got mixed up in that, and he scathed out of that one. Logan Paul took some hit being in with it more than anything.
Couple.
He was kind of the front line.
You hooted?
Logan Paul
Logan
took
Paul.
some hit. and
Speaking of Paul, though, what is he doing with Trump? You say something?
the
Jake
other
Paul.
Jake Paul has been getting endorsements from Trump, and vice versa. They've been talking about each other, and I'm like, damn,
Really?
pretty impressive. Like,
Yeah.
he's definitely not getting any smaller.
Yeah, he's now involved in the presidential campaign. All these little 18, 19-year-olds who have voting rights are now going to go out and vote for the Don.
Well, yeah, it's greatness. It needs to happen.
Oh,
We won't go
here
down
we
that
go.
road. I don't want to skip past this, guys. I want to bring the audience
Yes.
in.
Let's bring 'em in.
I mentioned in the hottest topics to chat about, so I want to let them know, like, all right, so these are some of the hot things that everyone's chatting about online, aside from the most recent Olympics, is the number one actually is true crime, which makes a lot of sense because I'm always watching TV and true crime's number one.
Oh, so popular.
yeah.
It's
It's
so
a big
popular, but
topic amongst comedians.
It's not that, dude, the comedians are at the bottom.
No, but the comedians are the bottom
They're
of the
talking
list is
about
talking
true
about the
crime.
top of the list.
Yeah, comedy is like a reflection of
Comedians
society,
are talking
right?
about the true crime. They're talking about the politics and government.
Yeah.
You know
They
what?
know those are the good topics.
You're right. You're right.
So the point is, I'm echoing what you're saying. It's hugely popular. Everyone
Yeah.
is chatting it up. So right on for hitting that.
yeah, and I just want to touch. Hopefully, our viewers are watching. They can.
Does
relate
that
to
do
that.
any men? Are they obsessed with true crime, or is it only the ladies? I know all the ladies. They
No, I
love
watch
the murder.
true crime. I watch. Women are more into
Murder.
thrillers and murders than men. Isn't that weird? More women are more into that.
Yeah, but
No,
I think
it's
here's
really
where
weird.
what's common between the two, right? In both cases, both sets of people, whoever the viewer is, gets to be an armchair detective. You get to run through your head. How is this working? Who did it?
Yeah, but
You're
you never
solving.
actually know.
What
They
about
don't know.
48 hours.
No.
Which is better, 48 hours or true crime?
I mean, I was more of a forensic files from substitute teacher day back.
Dude,
in
I'm American
school.
Greed all the way. At least give me some whiplash. Like these people, like you got to give me some sweet story. Like American Greed, these guys just lie and cheat people.
Oh,
and,
yeah,
like,
they're
go live
horrible.
an extravagant life. That's really default, and it's I don't know. I just
Crazy
really,
how far they get before they get blown out. And then they
Bodies
bounce
keep
back half the time. It's not really that bad of an ending.
no, dude, it's not. It's not. It's not, dude. They might
What,
be like
murder?
They get
No,
teased on
these
TV.
American Greed dudes like kill 6 people, muzzle billions of dollars, and then end up with
Winning.
only a couple million working.
Only a couple
They
million.
Yeah.
wind up all right out of most
Yeah.
of them, dude. The American Greed ones, yeah, and they try to make it seem really bad. There's one on the Chicago.
Oftentimes they're on the show able to interview about it, so they're not even getting punished.
They could talk about it. They're already free.
Oh, that's nuts.
Yeah.
The one, the apartments, the apartment buildings that are circular and they got the cars downtown.
Yeah,
the
Marina
Marina
Towers.
The Marina Town, you're always looking, the cars are backed up.
Yeah.
So one whole floor, there's a whole, on American Greed, there's a whole podcast about a drug dealer that lived in there.
Really?
Oh, yeah. And
We gotta check that out.
you gotta watch that on American Greed or the Chicago
Yes.
on that
the
tower.
corn cob they call them.
Yeah. So enough about that. We got the true crime, the politics are coming in, the sports, money, finance, comedy. Yeah, those are all great to talk about. But let's talk about the best 5 podcasts. If you were to think the best, what everybody.
I got
Well,
it.
number one
I
is
got it.
obviously this
I got
one.
it. Whatever blows your hair back studio. 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 And Joe Rogan.
I love
So,
you.
And
I
Moneyline
have-
is somewhere up there, too.
I have
Actually,
the
I did the
Spotify top 5 pulled up.
I
now.
did the research.
So number
and
one.
Call Her Daddy is number 1.
Yeah.
Has anybody seen Call Her Daddy?
No.
I have
I've
not
never
seen it yet.
actually watched an episode.
So what did we have
Yeah.
to all look up? Could you
Call
play a
Her
clip of All Her
Daddy.
Daddy, please?
Yeah,
Call
let's see
Her
what this is
Daddy.
all about.
No,
I-
it's All Her Daddy. I just made a new one up.
So we can't play
No,
any of their clips, but I do have their Instagram profile, 2.3 million followers. And Tyler, I know
Jesus.
me and you watched what?
Just
We
girls
watched a few
podcasting
clips.
Like these,
Is
like
she
me,
a
like,
smoke show?
They're cute. I mean,
The
former
OG money
athlete.
saying cute. No chance for you
But
over there.
they're not. They're just like regular guys like us talking. They're just
Yeah,
regular
talking
chicks
about
talking,
nothing.
and they're getting millions of views. So good on them. I'm not hating on them, but that's the number 1 podcast. And then coming in second is Tucker Carlson, and then coming hot third is Joe Rogan
I don't
Experience.
really know much about Tucker.
Tucker Carlson's winning a lot. He's on the Trump train, and he's just well, I wouldn't even say he's on the Trump train. He's more on the conservative side, but he just says what he says what he feels, and then he also left one of the big news companies. I can't
Fox.
Can't remember what one it was.
Fox.
Fax News.
Fox.
Yeah, he left it, and then he's kind of like smashing on him and like saying
Yeah.
this behind the scenes shit. So whistleblowing with those guys. So that brought him up. I think that kind of brought him up into the game of actually being number 2. And then Joe Rogan's. I thought he was number 1.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Yeah.
I always thought Rogan was king
Joey,
for
yeah.
that.
Well, he has
No,
the biggest
Joe Rogan's
following.
got the biggest following. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. He's not the most viewed right now, but he has the biggest following.
19
Can't be
points,
number
2
one
mil.
forever.
Yeah, 19.2 million for Rogan.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, Joe Rogan, sweet brought on the Python Cowboy. Joe Rogan, if you got something going on, he'll bring you on, dude. He'll put you
Oh,
on the
yeah.
platform.
Well, yeah. I also like how he interviews. He asks good questions.
Yeah, and it's like going in front of the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl's watching.
Right.
Right. Yeah. So many people drawing in.
Oh, do we got another ad to give out? Why don't we throw out another
don't we
ad? What you guys
do-
got in there?
I'll do this. Give you a little.
Are you rocking that right now?
Yeah.
Stand by.
Stand by.
Whatever blows your hair back, studio. Follow on social for exclusive behind-the-scenes glimpses, live streams, and heart-pounding highlights. Our streaming channels bring every fight and event straight to your...
Upcoming. All right, y'all.
All right, Luke, bring it in.
Next segment, we're talking about this weekend. We're talking about the weekend of August 3rd. We're talking about a Riyadh season card in Los Angeles featuring arguably the pound-per-pound best fighter in the world right now, Terrence Bud Crawford versus Madrimov at the 150. Crawford stepping up to 154 from 147, moving up a weight class to go for 2 of Madrimov's belts.
That's
so
controversial.
What?
That he's the best.
Pound for pound, it is controversial, but who he's in everybody's top 3?
Not mine.
Oh my Atlanta, Georgia!
Oh.
Ding, 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 ding. We have a
Hot take.
Hot take
Hot
from
take.
Man, I'm
Tyler.
trying to start
Hot
some
take.
controversy, man. I want to talk shit.
Tell me about who your top 3 pound for pound boxers in the world are right now, Tyler.
Well, I don't know why we're not talking about Canelo on there. I don't know why we didn't talk about him.
Because he's not fighting on this card.
Oh, you're talking about. I thought you're talking about the best pound for pound
Oh,
fighter.
well, I said I was introducing Bud Crawford, who I think is one of the maybe the pound for pound best in the world.
Yeah, and I said no. I don't think that. I think
You don't
there's-
think he's top 3?
No, I don't.
Who's your top 3 pound for pound? Give me him.
I only got a top number 1. I don't go that.
Who's
down to
your
2
number
or
1?
3. I just told you.
Canelo's your number 1 right now?
Yeah, he's right now. He is because I've been following him all the way up back from the Mayweather fight that he lost when I was in Mexico.
Cinnamon, the guy who lost to Beevil. You don't think Beevil's better than him?
Yeah, I do actually.
Oh.
I'm gonna get myself caught in a corner here.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
I'm gonna back out.
Well, we all know you got footwork, boy. Let's see you get your way out of this
yeah,
one.
I've got myself caught in a corner actually on this one. I don't know enough. I've been watching too much MMA
Oh, he's all
to
clouded up.
really talk shit about boxing. I'm sticking on the Canelo side, and he just the number 1. He just moves really well, and he just was always there for me. So I'm throwing him in there.
Sweet Cinnamon, you're a great boxer.
But
We
you're
love
right.
you.
He has been he has got some guys out there that's been beating him up, and he's let me down a few times. I don't have a good answer for you right now on the
Well,
top
audience, let us know who your top 3 are. Who's your
Yeah.
3 pound for pound
Yeah.
best in the world
Yeah.
right now?
Let us
You know,
know.
names that are in contention that you want to talk about. We got Bud Crawford. We got Canelo Alvarez. We got Shakur Stevenson. We've got
We even got Benavidez.
David Benavidez.
We
could
got
be put up in
Benavidez
there.
up there with the boxer. Who else? We got
Arthur
in the box?
Bitterbeef. He's also very good. We got Beevil.
Yeah, we got Beaver.
I mean, after he
Garcia.
beat Canelo's ass, everyone kind of started thinking he might be the best.
we got Devontae Davis.
Tank Davis, duh!
We got-
Tank
Right.
freaking Davis, guys!
put Tank Davis
Ryan
up there.
Garcia with the big left hook!
Yeah, I've been catching some blanks, but I would put Tank Davis up there
Hell
too.
yeah, I'd put Tank Davis up there.
Yeah. What about you guys down there? You guys got any boxers that you?
My pound for pound, it would be probably Davis. Yeah. I mean, I don't have
Great
any
answer. You
any
can't argue that, really.
Oh, you know who's
I'd have
fighting
to
him?
any
second
real
it.
differing
That card
opinion.
that's coming
yeah.
up is
Loma?
yeah.
They didn't
Loma
get
Chicken.
made.
Oh, that was a fake.
It's
promo?
not. It didn't happen. It's not happening. It's not happening now. It's not official now. They made it seem like it was going to happen.
My
But
money's
coming
on
back for that
Butterbean.
Crawford Madrimov card this weekend. We also have, kind of coming back to the Olympics, Andy Cruz, the defending Olympic champion, will not be defending his Olympic title. He'll be fighting in Los Angeles this Saturday instead. We got Pitbull Cruz in a title fight. He lost to Tank Davis. It's probably Tank's closest bout that went the distance.
Yeah, that was a good fight.
Back at the Staples Center. He had the
Yeah.
Kobe Bryant shorts on. Tank did that night. Jared Anderson, a.k.a. the real Big Baby, which is controversy. He's a heavyweight knockout artist. Always comes out with a great show. You got to see his ring walk. It should be good. And then we have Andy Ruiz, the guy that once beat Anthony Joshua with the fast hands, fighting the other guy who's also called Big Baby Miller. Big Baby. We got Jared Big Baby Anderson and Jarrell Big Baby Miller, both fighting this weekend. Great card, main event, Crawford Madrimov. I'm going Crawford TKO, 7 rounds.
One last look at the card.
And that should wrap up for boxing this upcoming weekend.
Yeah.
I don't have much to add on that.
Is there a UFC coming up that you guys are all pumped up for, you fairies? I mean,
This guy.
Fair.
This guy gets no sleep, starts name calling like crazy over here. Oh, I want to talk about what's been going on with Amazon Prime. Jeff Bezos, what are you up to?
What's going on
Every
with Prime,
time I
baby?
freaking watch Amazon Prime and I buy a movie, I fall asleep, I wake up, and there's Middle Eastern movies
I've
on.
seen that here. I've seen that on.
It's-
Why are you watching all these Middle Eastern
and then,
musicals?
Then you hit B, and you can't even go back and find where the movie is. It doesn't even show up in your recent watched. So they're putting movies in my. I woke up like how in a Middle Eastern dream the other night. I'm like, why is there Indian music playing? And like, I'm eating curry dinner. What's going on?
I know. They're trying to introduce you to more cultures and make you more woke. You going to take that?
Or they're trying to brainwash him in his sleep.
They're
Yeah,
trying to
same
brainwash
thing.
me in my sleep. And now I'm starting to find Middle Eastern women more attractive.
Whoa!
Like they're coming on now, and I'm like, okay. They're starting to defeat me. Where I'm like, okay, what is this movie actually? So I'm like, now I'm literally like watching.
Reading the subtitles, they all got captions.
Whoa, they're using a lot of belly dancing.
Oh, they're reeling Tyler
That's how
in.
they get you.
I'm not lying. They're using a lot of scenes with belly dancing with Middle Eastern movies coming on in the middle of the night. I'm waking up like in a dance club, belly dancing, and I'm looking up and I'm like, why is this on?
Dude,
It's been
and
happening.
that's a Snoop Dogg connection. The
Has
next
anyone else-
episode,
has
belly
any-
dancing tune.
Has anyone else had this phenomenon?
This is
on
on
No.
Amazon Prime.
No.
I haven't
bro.
seen it anywhere else but on
No.
Tyler's TV.
Someone
No.
has got to tell me they're seeing this, what's going on. They're giving you the next thing to watch on Amazon Prime. You're waking up, and there's Indian movies on, Middle Eastern, whatever you want to call it.
Dude, maybe like there's a split personality disorder going on and like you're checking out stuff when you don't know it, all Tyler Durden style.
Well, now it's compounding. Now I can't get away from them because now
You're becoming Durden.
they're thinking I'm watching for 3 hours at a time. They're just rolling these
Right.
clips. I'm sleeping.
That's actually
I'm waking
it.
up like, yo, this Tyler dude's watching 10 hours of Middle Eastern.
No, I think you just
Keep
sussed it.
pumping
I
it.
think that's what's going on. You fell asleep one time when a random thing came on, and it's like, oh, this guy digs this stuff. And now
'cause
there's
they're not even giving me a chance to delete it. I can't figure out where to remove it.
Yeah.
No, they're up to something. They're up to something.
It's an agenda.
They're
They're
trying to
up
get you.
something. And you guys, I need people to comment on this and like tell
Yeah,
me.
have you
that
seen it?
They're seeing this shit too.
I haven't seen it, besides on Tyler's TV.
Yeah, so
haven't
you
seen it.
have.
No, but I haven't seen it at my house.
Yeah, same.
Do you watch
Right.
Amazon Prime?
My girl does.
Does she fall asleep?
No, we turn off the TV like adults.
There's a difference.
Yeah, that's
I fall asleep. I never shut that projector off. So
Still
I'd rather
going.
wake up. To
I mean, you
war
got to
movies.
stay familiar with your equipment.
I mean, it used to just not even play anything. It's
No.
like, hey, we're gonna power save. Back when the world was green, we're gonna power save and shut your TV off. And then they would just end the movie and be like, what would you like to watch next? And put you back to the screen. Now they're rolling you right into Middle Eastern films. Not even asking
They
if you
keep you
want.
in.
It's
Whatever,
designed.
that's the
Well,
truth. I think that
anyway.
covers the list. So on.
Yeah.
Oh, I just want to let everybody know we're losing sunlight every single day for a couple minutes. Every single day.
We've already hit the longest day of the summer, you're telling me?
Who's
The longest day of
responsible
the-
We're
for
on a
this?
decline.
Yeah.
The summer is now dying. We're getting less and less sunlight every day now. Just a little news flash.
This is what
Well,
happens with this
well,
administration.
Speaking of, what's your favorite season, buddy?
You know, I really like fall.
You're a fall guy.
I love the fall. It's a good hoodie weather. It's dry. You don't got to pay a lot of bills for air conditioning or heating.
Mm-hmm.
You're kind of in the middle there. Your gas bill's low
I
and
see.
electric. When you have a big warehouse like this, it pays off to be
Yeah.
in between seasons of not using gas or
I
electric.
see.
What about you, Luke?
What about me? I am a summer. It's great for running around shirtless, being hot and sweaty.
Yep.
And
Do you know that people in Miami, if you ask that question too, a lot of times they say winter because
It's more
so hot
mild.
in Miami.
Yeah.
And then everybody and more people come in like from like colder places come into Miami. So the tourists come in. But they also like summer because it gets slow. It's just different.
Different
like-
rhythms.
Yeah, because it's always like summer there.
Yeah.
Summertime shy, you gotta sit. That's where it's at. Wintertime shy is.
Man, weather talk. You know they say weather talk. A
It's
lot of
for
people are
old,
like
boring people.
cut the shit. Like, don't ask me about the weather. It's real small talk. But really, that small talk is what opens up the big talk, what closes deals.
I agree with that.
So small talk is a necessity as much as you want to hate on it. Small talk's a necessity, so don't hate on it because it's the opener for the big talk.
What about G Money?
that.
What about your favorite season?
I always like spring because that's when like our baseball season would start. But I appreciate winter. I wouldn't say that it's my favorite season, but I
say
can
that you're
appreciate
Where are you from?
Wisconsin.
I think that answers it a little bit.
So he affiliates it with a sport. You know, he's more nostalgic.
Right. Yeah.
He gets to play baseball, watch baseball. A lot of football players love
The
fall
fall.
because of football season
Right.
and tailgate. Sunday night with the boys and Saturdays for the boys type weird shit.
And for me, I'm with you, T. Fall is my favorite season.
Nobody cares about what the fuck you want.
Oh, man.
Shots
fired over there.
Jeez.
I was
did
just
Johnny
echoing what
Rock
you were
do to
saying.
you?
I was echoing what you were saying, but adding two reasons for why we like fall. The first one is
The
Halloween.
only guy that agrees with him gives a
Yeah.
F you, get off my spot, bro.
Dude, that was strictly for clickbait.
Yeah.
I meant none of that.
No, that's cool,
You
man.
were
We're
supposed to
good.
pick winter. Then we would have been well-rounded here.
I guess so, but I'm going to be honest and straightforward with the people. I like fall, but for another two reasons in addition to all the ones that you mentioned, which is that you got Halloween, which is badass and fun, and then also you have things like these fights that are coming up with us. Brawl in what season?
Well,
Fall
let's-
brawl,
the
baby.
Fall brawl, baby. Let's close it out with the
Yeah.
fall brawl. October 19th. Get it on your schedule. We got another fight in this ring, in this studio. Tickets will be out in a few months, but we're just starting to mention it right now, so don't
First
stress over.
notified. You just
Hell
heard about
yeah.
it.
Dude, last fight was so much fun.
Yeah,
it
it
was so
was.
amped. I'm so looking forward to this next one. It's going to be
It's gonna
sick.
be
Yeah, this one's gonna be
amazing.
better than that too. So.
Oh, yeah. We're constantly adding elements. It's great.
But that's all of it. We're signing out here. I'm Tyler with Whatever Blows Your Hair Back, and that's Luke with Whatever Blows Your Hair Back. And we got the money team downstairs
Yes.
saying what's up. We're out of here, guys. We'll see you back next week. Remember, every Tuesdays and Thursdays, 6:30 Chicago time. Tune in to Whatever Blows Your Hair Back podcast. We're giving you the best content about the fights over the weekend and with the Chicago nastiness, what's going on. And the crime rate's getting crazy. So stand by next week.